Hello and welcome. This is Gray Hughes of Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Stupid is being nice. You're an absolute moron.
It's a house.
That's the one. All right, well, you guys, this is donation night. This is where we have the last push of the month to get people to support the channel. We're currently at $10, which is 1/100th of what we try to do on this night. So if you guys have the ability out there to help support the channel one last time this month, and then we're going to donate. I mean, I don't know. I want to be able to donate around 5,000 for the month, but yesterday and just again the way it's starting in here doesn't look like we're going to get to. We've only got 49 people, and only 2 people, even though we know that this is what we do on this night, have supported the channel so far since the stream started. All right, so if you have the ability to, that'd be great. We got to do our send some money into our scholarship fund and probably our DNA fund. Right? You guys are aware that we do that on this night, right? It seems like every month I have to re-explain it all over again. It's wild. Yeah, so for the first hour, the freaks help support the channel. And then after the hour, which lately we've had to keep extending it and extending it and extending it, then we send the money off to various true crime related charities. Do you guys remember that? How we do that every month? What do you mean it's echoing? I'm going to turn... Oh, so it must not have played the music when the show started again. I bet. Because that actually... You have to turn off that echo thing. Now I'm really low, I bet. Yep. All right. Should be okay now, I would think. Yeah, it does help the channel though, Gannon. Yeah. No, notice how there's only 74 people here. Hey, thanks, Mary. Why you bugging? Yeah. Yep. And there's Wild Bill Wassman. And we're just really gonna... It looks like we're gonna be struggling tonight. Yet again. Last donation night was the same type of thing. Really struggled all the way to the end. Didn't make it to what we normally do. And here we are again. We are currently at $25. All right. Thanks, Skippy. So if you guys can do some challenges and so forth, we need about 10 or 20 different challenges or something tonight to try to make it somewhere. Because at this rate, that's just not gonna do it. I don't care. I don't even know who that is, Sonic VR Play, nor do I care. Don't keep mentioning channels that are nut jobs, okay? I don't know who these people are. The name of the channel that you just gave sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory type. So just don't do it, all right? Not interested. Now, I'll be the way I want to be. You don't need to put in the names of a channel that probably sucks, all right? So just, we just do my show. I don't watch other channels to get ideas from at all. I just do my own thing, and whatever it turns out, that's what it turns out. I'm one of the people that people should listen to opinions from, not me going around to try to find, ooh, yeah. Now the thing is, when we're doing my show, I hear different things like, different comments out there. Like somebody might go, wow, is that something? And then I'll go, that's interesting. And I'll add it to a theory later. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thanks, Alley Cake. There you go. So I put it all together like that. I wish I could get the audio to work again on that. Wait, you know what? Maybe, hold on. Let's see, alert box. I think it's this one. So maybe, oh yeah. Maybe it'll work now. Maybe I needed to change it there. All right. Let's see what happens if somebody else sends one in. I don't know. We'll see. Look at Benny just laying there. Hey, thanks so much there, Alley Cake. Hey, looks like Sandy Shirley has one. If 5 people donate, let's just say if 5 people donate a membership, Sandy Shirley will donate 25. I mean, 5 memberships, basically. Same thing. So there you go. That's one. And it could be any form. $5. Somebody could do 25 themselves and take care of it, or you could do buy a membership. That counts as 5, etc. Anyways, last night after the show, I'm sitting around and then I see the United States, along with Israel, attacked Iran. And it's so weird to see people going, man, we shouldn't be doing... Iran is, or Iran as they want to be called, but forget it. I'm going to call them Iran, as in I ran away from normalcy. That country is, the people there are really smart people, good people, but they're led by just an absolute barbarian, theocratic, pretty much just hardline, fundamental. Women can't drive cars. Gay people are executed immediately, just on the spot, basically. I mean, they're just sick people over there, all right? And it's so weird when you see, like, the Democrats going, oh, we shouldn't be... What are you saying? It's okay for them to be executing gay people, etc.? These people will never change unless they're removed. So today, and in the first attack, I could even tell that it went right in. I knew that first bomb that we saw blow up was attacking the leadership, and that's exactly what they were doing. They took out the Ayatollah and 40 top people. I mean, just unbelievable. And they did it during the daytime because that's when there was an opportunity. They went, well, we got to go. Do it. Wasn't dark, etc. I just think it's crazy that people are out bitching about it. There's nothing to bitch about. This guy, those leaders over there were the the sponsor of terrorism all around the world. They had their hands in every single bit of it. It's sick, you know. Anyways, so we got 3 of them up there, you guys. We got Wild Bill Wassman, Sherry C., Alley Cake. This is our donation night, you guys. So we need everybody to be helping support the channel on this last night to see if we can. I'd like to, if we can get to 1,000 like we normally do, then I'll donate 5,000. But if we don't get there, I'm not going to be able to do it because we've had 2 or 3 out of 5 nights that weren't very. They weren't as good as the nights that we had prior. So unfortunately, we're behind the 8 ball here. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel, that's what we're doing tonight. This is our donation night. We've already given out 2,000 this month so far. Maybe we can give tonight some money to wounded warriors, for example. I think that'd be appropriate. Yeah, and Iran's out there just launching missiles at all their neighbors. How stupid is that? Well, let's see. And here's the thing. See, Iran is Shia, and Iraq was an interesting country back in the day. They were Iraq was led by the Ba'ath Party with Saddam. That's Saddam Hussein was in, but he also bolstered the Sunnis, who are the minority population, by it dramatically in Iraq. And so when we took out Saddam Hussein, who was they were more aligned with like Egypt and Saudi Arabia, etc. Except their leader was also a psycho. Hey, thanks, Phyllis Watson. When we took out Saddam Hussein, when they had votes, it immediately switched around to being a Shia-dominated country that would be more aligned with Iraq. But they hate each other because they had a huge war between each other at one point. So at least there was that. But all mainly the surrounding countries are Sunni. And so, Iran fires missiles at these, sort of religiously opposing countries, but they're peaceful countries. Iran is not. And this is a time after we've cleared the deck that the Iranian people need to do their independence, their war of independence. And I've been saying that I hope that we have armed some people in there, or at least allowed, put some stashes around and let people know, like there's a group of people that can get people armed, etc. One thing that does make me nervous is that during the Biden administration, with that incredibly porous border, there were actually some Iranians and so forth that have come into the country, and I guess you really don't know who those people are. Could it be that they came in here and are part of a sleeper cell for later? Hey, thanks, Alley Cake. And we've got Phyllis Watson with 10 gifted memberships. Very generous. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm a little nervous that there might be some sort of sleeper cells that have came through the border. And I actually remember, I don't know if it was JLR or somebody, they were interviewing this Iranian guy on the border, and he was just like, "You guys don't know what's coming, man. And he still came in anyways. Bizarre shit. That was way back, like 3 years ago. Yeah, I don't know why. How come there's anybody bitching about this? This isn't a place where you go, hey, it's none of our business. It absolutely is our business. They put out contracts against Trump and other leaders. I mean, hell, even Bolton, who's a turncoat dipshit, he had one on him. The Iranians are just nuts. They're crazy people. The leadership, not talking about just the Tom, Dick, and Harry Iranians, very intelligent people, like they're just being held back by lunatics. Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks. Bad finger up. They chant that. Yeah. All right. power vacuum and arming groups has worked out so well. That's totally different. So you're trying to do your stupid sarcasm bullshit, Alex. It's not going to work, man. Why don't you go join the Candace Owens crew? I'm sure she'll love people like you. Candace Owens, it's so predictable. I tweeted out, I go, I wonder what Candace Owens, and I didn't even know, but she had already been posting, and I went and read them. Exactly what I was saying. In fact, I bet she thinks it's like Epstein. Let's see. The Epstein files, they have something on Trump, the Israeli government, so they're forcing the United States to commit this war because these people are crazy people. All right? Right. Well, you seem to agree with Candace. That's the kind of shit she would say. Yeah, you know what? I want to spend money on our own people too, but here's what I don't want. Having this crazy rogue regime out there that wants to build nukes more than anything, and hates America and hates it every single day. That's part of their whole mantra. I don't want that. Okay, that's more important to me. I don't know. I think there's something like this. But hey, guys, we need your guys' support on here. This is our donation night. Our main night of the month. Hey, thanks, Marty, for the coffee there. And by the way, the person that was sending me those pictures of the the overlay in the Nancy Guthrie case, well, there's that people had already been doing that. Same person doing overlays and stuff. And I don't know, just kind of strange stuff. I don't know how to explain it. Because we just had another, we're having a lull. This is donation night. We can't have the lulls going through the chat. We got to keep on trucking along and make it. So if you haven't supported the channel yet, consider doing so. We are trying to, right now we're at like a quarter, right?
Hostile aircraft intrusion.
No.
Manara, Kiryat Shemona, Beit Hillel,
Yeah.
Margaliot,
So I have this over
Hagoshrim,
here, this one.
Sha'ar Yashuv, Tel Chai, Dafna, Kfar Giladi, Ma'ayan Baruch, Kibbutz Da.
Yeah, so this is the alarm here. You can actually turn that on. It goes. We could have that off to the side. It's crazy though. Those ballistic missiles Iran is firing, they didn't give a damn where they fired it. They just shot it right into a neighborhood. And man, those are some, I didn't realize how powerful their ballistic missiles. They took out a whole block basically. Just wiped it, huge explosion. The crazy part is I was watching Fox News when Trey Yingst was talking, and you could hear this. Like the bullet went right over his, not the bullet, but the ballistic missile went right over his head and went boom! And it was like, just shook the whole building. You could tell that one. And that was the one. That was the one that did that damage. Hey, we got a challenge by Lisa Valenzuela. If we get 10 memberships, she'll donate 50 in coffee. All right. So there's one by Wild Bill Wassman. Yeah, there's just crazy stuff going on. So I'm not even sure what order to go through. There's a cold case here that was one that we covered like 3 times apparently. Because I looked it up in my folder. We covered it in 2000, 2001, 2004. And that is of Morgan Violi. And Bengal cat down there, or Raven, he sent it to me, and I was like, oh, cool, let me go look. And I looked it up, and boom, it was solved after all these years. And it's kind of a creepy, interesting story. I went and got extra documents once I had his name. I went and found other articles about that person from back then, the killer. Yeah, we need 8 more gifted memberships. All right, KMTX, you too. All right, let's go. Let's see. So there's that, and I don't know. Maybe we can do that sort of at the end or something if we have time. I kind of want to look at some of these Israeli Defense Force videos, and then we can watch the. You guys all see the 8-minute video that Trump put out there? Did you guys all watch that? Hey, look at that, Mickey in Texas. There's 5. We need 3 more. I just can't believe people are bitch. It's just like, Kelly, the astronaut dipshit. He's like, oh, I can't believe it. God, what a loser. I mean, it's just unreal, these people. I don't even get it. If it was Biden who did the exact same thing, he'd be going, yeah, it was a great step by Biden, because the Iranians, they need to go into about how bad the Iranians were. See, these people literally have Trump derangement syndrome. There is nothing that you can say that's bad about what we did. He goes, yeah, well, it wasn't planned at all. And how do you know it wasn't planned? You don't have a clue. There's no way they would tell you, Mark Kelly. You know why? Because you're the same idiot that jumped out and told the troops, hey, man, if he ever tells you to do something, make sure that you tell somebody, like you need to do that shit. He's an embarrassment, man.
We acted because we had to. We launched this operation by seizing an operational opportunity, conducting coordinated strikes against high-level gatherings of senior figures within Iran's military and security leadership. We can now confirm.
Hey, you guys, this is donation night. We have 5, 6, 7. We need 3 more gifted channel memberships to reach Lisa Valenzuela's challenge. And then we just need to keep on moving, you guys, because we are still just at 30%. So we got to keep on trucking here.
That these senior Iranian regime officials were eliminated by the IDF. Ali Shamkhani, advisor to Khamenei on issues of defense and secretary of the Defense Council.
Yeah. I want to look at some of these Iranian terror regime leadership eliminated. Is Ahmadinejad still alive out there? I'm not sure if he's still an active member of anything. Because I heard somebody mention him earlier, and I was like, what? Hey, thank you, Charisse Rodriguez. Yeah, this is our donation night. Yeah, I want to look at some of these. I mean, look at how crazy this night vision. There's the two guys walking over there, and then good night. And look at them running over here, and then boom. And then there's a couple. See that guy? He's like trying to get back up again. Yeah. So you got that one. I think they have other ones in here too. Yeah, here's one. Those are people about ready to launch some missiles. Looks like that's maybe a train car or something. Or I guess it's already gone, huh? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, those people are no more. All right, we need 2 more gifted channel memberships, you guys, to match Lisa, and then we got to do some more challenges. All right, let's see this one here. Is that a different one? This is from the Israeli Defense Force. Oh, man. Jeez. Jeez. What are they doing with these guys? Yeah, it's probably not going to work. Armed terrorists emerging from underground terror infrastructure in eastern Rafah in violation of the cease. Oh, that must have been. That's only. That was not even related. Just yesterday. All right, how come we're already dying down? This is where we got to keep picking up the pace, you guys, to try to reach the goal tonight. We're at 6:20. We're 26 minutes into the show, and we're just miles away from reaching the goal. What are we at? Yeah, 26 minutes in. We got 34 more minutes. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, we're up above. We have a challenge that was never reached. We needed 3 more channel memberships to get to the goal that Lisa Valenzuela put out, and then she'll send in 10 channel memberships worth of coffee. Pretty simple. It's 2 for 1 on your side. It's just like buying 2 Snickers bars. Yeah. Yeah, in Israel, yeah, the United States and Israel go out of their way not to hit civilians. The Iranians, that's all they go for is civilians, because they don't care about civilians. That's why they killed 32,000 of their own recently. Thanks, Cheryl Bullock. All right, we need 2 more, you guys. 2 more. No, Pakistan's not going to be helping Iran. Forget it. There's no way in hell they're helping Iran out. All right, there's Cerise Rodriguez. We still need 2 more gifted channel memberships. Just to reach the 1 goal. Then we got to do some more, like 3, 4, 5, 6 more of these matching things. Just to try to get somewhere near there, because we are a million miles away at this point. Hey, there's Charisse Rodriguez. Thank you. Hey, we did have Sandy Shirley, Paulette Leonard, and Mark on PayPal there. Thank you. Oh, so it's still not making sound, right? Man, I'm not sure how to fix any of that. Not sure. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. It's weird. I think I need to start over again with the audio and see if I can hear it. Because there's this thing you import in from Streamlabs, and it has sound, but I turned it off one time because it was playing during. I needed it to be. It was like a hearing that we were doing, and now for some reason I can't hear anything. Hey, I think that did it, right, Lisa? Did we get it? Thanks, Michelle H. I think we got him in there. Yeah, thanks for the bucket of coffee, Lisa Valenzuela. I don't know. I don't see any argument against doing this. This is something making deals with Iran doesn't work. They don't adhere to it. One idiot today was saying, it was Mark Kelly. He said, and this is all Trump's fault because he took away the Iran deal that we had before, and then that's because they weren't doing it. They were still going to enrich, and we gave them billions of dollars that they went out and paid for terrorist attacks. Yeah, this is exactly what needs to be done. Go look at pictures from Iran in 1975 or 6. They were just normal people like everybody else, smoking, like, I know it's stupid, but like college campuses, men and women sitting together, skirts, smoking cigarettes and shit. It's, and then you get taken over by a nut job. Yeah, here, I'll show you. I mean, look at these pictures here. Like these right here are people. Let me try to see that. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of small, but if I go like this, yeah, look at the girls there. Just totally like Americans, right there. Boom. Here's some crazy mod squad type dudes, here's some people up in the mountains chilling out. They're just normal people like everybody else, but then they were taken over by a crazy theocracy, religion runs the whole country bullcrap. Forget it. Yeah, there's 1976, same thing. And then in 79 is when they overthrew the Shah, and that's how long it's been since they've had this hardcore. They're basically the Taliban, same kind of thing. Maybe not quite as strict on everything, but it's similar, All right, we're dead again in here, you guys. We got to keep on trucking. We're trying to reach the goals tonight. So if you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. This is our donation night. We talk about it the whole month, that this is the night it's coming up. We have one last night of support in here, and then we donate thousands of dollars. We've already done 2,000. Yeah, it was just normal people. If you want a trip, I remember on Price is Right even, Iraq was the same. They would say, hey, you've won a trip to Baghdad. Now that would be the wah, 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 wah prize, Who the hell would want to go to Baghdad, right? Yeah, that's great. Mm-hmm. Let's see. We are currently just on the show. We're only at 25%, and then we have some, like the coffees and so forth. We're probably at like 40%, you guys. Hey, we got a Wild Bill Wassman attempt in here. Look at this. We've got, if we get 5 gifted memberships, he'll donate 5 all by himself. So that would make 10 altogether. So why are people making videos right now about what's in the pocket of the person at Nancy Guthrie's door? What a stupid thing to make videos about. You can't tell what's in his pocket. What's in his pocket? Hey, what's in the backpack? I don't know. Nobody knows. There's no such thing as X-ray vision after the fact even. I mean, it's like you have a picture. You can't see something. Your supercharger? Let's see. Way up there. Approximately what point will the international... Hey, thanks, Marav. I think I was probably looking over at a different screen. At approximately what point will the international recognition of Iran's new government begin to take place? Well, I don't know. I mean, that's going to be a while, right? Like, there's going to have to be a... the people will have to uprise, and then I'm not even sure, I mean, I don't think anybody knows exactly how it works, It's like, it's one of those things where here's your shot, you guys. Go in and fight for it. And then, have elections, okay? But you don't want another one of those theocratic nut jobs in there. I don't even want there's a guy apparently that's got sort of the rightful claim to a throne or whatever the hell he is. And I don't even want that. I just want a regular person to be their president there. Maybe not a, quote, regular person, but somebody that's a citizen of Iran that is intelligent, not hardcore anything, just can think pragmatically. Then there'd be a shot. Hey, thanks, Wild Bill Wassman and K Me, because that matched that one, and then Wild Bill Wassman. And then Joel Burnt. What do you think up there, Mirav? What do you think? Oh, super chat. Okay. What do you think? I don't know if there's a way to have a date for something like that. Well, I guess here's what you sort of hope is that some of the lower level military people who Trump said, hey, well, you're completely not exonerated, but exempt from attack if you, lay down your arms. Maybe somebody like that, if they could turn on the government themselves, because apparently I heard earlier, I didn't remember any of that, but it was that's what happened in '79 is the Air Force turned on the Shah, and then they all, then it went the theocratic way. Thank you, Rebecca. Welcome. Is that Marty again? Well, thanks, Marty. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? Probably... Yeah, probably getting close to 60% now, you guys. It's pretty good. So that means we need 400 more. I guess that'd be 80 channel memberships. There's a king and eggs. Yeah, the king, that guy. That's the one I was talking about. I just don't think we don't need a king again. Just get a regular, have a democracy there. Do it right, Because as soon as you get the kings, they just sort of, everything just, when do they get out? Then their son's the president again, the king the next time, and the king and the king and the king. And they just stay there forever. I think Mirov took off. Because I missed it. My head was looking in a different direction. Yeah, people get so sensitive. It's wild. What gives us the right to dictate the terms of leadership again? I don't know what when you say that, what gives us the right? What do you want us to do, Tim? You sound like one of those you always come in with some really stupid comments. Like literally on every single show, you never try to be like helpful. It's always some ridiculous comment that we have to pause and ponder, What do you mean, what gives us the right to dictate the terms of their leadership again? We're not doing any of that. We're saying, hey, why don't you guys fight for your country back? Okay? You must have missed that part of the show. Yeah, let's see. Freak family is together. Let me make a difference. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you, Cinnamon Sin Freak. Yeah, I mean, did you think through that one, Tim? He said nobody's dictating anything. I just think that they should have a democracy without a king or something, and he's saying for the people to fight for it. So whatever they come up with, but if they want to do a theocracy again, then I don't want that. I think we should fight against that again, because it doesn't work. Those are the fundamental nut jobs that say death to America, death to Israel, because they just can't get it through their head is that Israel's going nowhere. Despite the Epstein files, you guys. I know those Epstein files, they're all, you know. Yeah, I know. He always says weird shit. He doesn't even, I think he's a closet troll that just kind of hangs out in the background. Never really is into the conversation like, wow, okay, this is cool, this is interesting. It's always some critique that doesn't even have merit, you know. No, yeah, right, exactly. Every comment you make once a month, Tim, is exactly the same. You know, try to have something interesting to say, you know. Thank you, Cinnamon Sin Freak. All right, you guys are going to need quite a few more challenges or whatever, but we're just... You remember how we used to get like 5, 10, like 10 or 15 cat eye donations? Now they're just so rare, you know, like it's almost a unicorn when one pops up on the screen. Yeah. Now you guys don't all have to jump in. I'm just saying, I'm just talking directly. I actually know somebody named Tim Harris. You know, almost identical looking too. It's weird. Right. How about next time when you make that one comment in a month, it's not something like, it's just sort of an observation about a case or something. You know, wouldn't that be great? Just once. All right, guys, who's going to do the next challenge? We've only got 18 minutes left on the first hour clock. Should East? I don't know what that means. And by the way, most people don't put comments for some reason in Super Chat, so it's hard for me to ever, you know, like, it's not a common thing. Hey, thanks, Sherry C, for 8 months. Oh, cool. All right, let's try it. All right, everybody can send in super chats, super chats, super chats. We need 10, 20, 25, 30, send in super chats. This is our donation night. It's the easiest thing in the world. We help support the channel. This is our last day of the month of February. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't think it worked. Pahlavi? Are you saying Pelosi is calling for democracy, not a continuation of his... I don't know who Pahlavi is. Who's Pahlavi? It's calling for democracy, not a continuation of his monarchy. Of his monarchy? Who? Oh, are you talking about the king that's already in existence? That guy? So he's the king? All right. Maybe it could be more like how the UK is, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, the king and queen of England have no bearing on anything. They're just sort of these basically mascots that dress up and are rich. You know, they don't control anything. Nobody, you know, their votes don't mean any more than anybody else, etc. I'm not a big fan of the you know, the whole king and queen crap in England. It's just, it's crazy to me. Was overthrown and went into exile. Though his son... Okay, you're right. Is he still alive? I bet he's not, right? The Shah, he's probably... the one that was exiled. He was already kind of old at the time. Okay, well, a lot of times they say that kind of stuff, right, Mirov? And then as soon as they get into power, well, they're king again. I'm against it now. I think they should just start off voting, and if they want to have a sort of a mascot king, that's sort of a figurehead for, pomp and circumstance or whatever, that's great. But I don't know. I think as soon as you go down that route, let's see. Yeah, like in his hour of need, that's a true statement, Tim Harris. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of that. Although that would be sort of an easy way to just have somebody that's already ready to go, right? And I guess, can you really guarantee, though, he's not going to be, quote, the king? Because if you're the king, how does democracy fit into that? Anybody know? Is he a temporary king? What's he doing? Thank you, Joe Burnt. What is he, a temporary king? So when you guys say he wants democracy, well, what is his role in that? Mirov and the other ones that we're talking. What is Pahlavi's role in a democracy? Well, he's the king, Gray. Okay, well, that's not a democracy, is it? Okay, an interim leader. And what guarantees do we have? Because once he gets there and he's king, and then he has control of the military, and he starts, like, hey, let's hold off on it. We got to really settle this down. Then he's got the military, and then he's controlling everything. I know, that's what he says. They all say that. Kings say they want elections. They want this, they want that. And then there isn't one. I think they should have elections first. And he should talk about why they need elections. And he's not a leader. He's not even an interim leader. He's just speaking to the people saying, hey, we need elections here. And then if people want to also have sort of a king but he has no power at all, that'd be great, That's how I would think. People can do whatever the hell they want, but yeah. Well, can't they just have elections and then pick somebody? Just do it kind of quick. Have a month of people, Well, the key first is to get rid of all remnants of, the Revolutionary Guard, all those people, and make sure that they're not going to, because you could see if they had elections and then people tried to campaign, they'd be tracked down and executed somewhere. So I'm not really sure how that all works, but yeah, we're just died down again, you guys. So if you guys could help support the channel, that would be great. We're still just we're at like 65% now. You seem really pumped about having that guy Mirov. To me, I don't know. Yeah, I just said that. You got to get rid of, just keep bombing, getting rid of their entire navy, get rid of their entire airport force, get rid of all their missile launching areas, get rid of, but then at that point, because we're not going to be on the ground in there, I could see us sort of putting in quietly some special ops sniper teams from, just here and there taking out different people, but it's tough to get it to the point because there's these radicals all over the place over there. They've been running the show for so long that's how they believe, unfortunately. Sure, yeah. Hey, Marty said, hey, they have elections in China and Russia. Isn't it amazing how the same people keep winning each time? It's incredible, right, Marty? My God, those lucky bastards. I mean, holy crap. The miracle those people win each time. Maybe they're just good, Gray. Yeah, I probably shouldn't listen to that stuff, Mirov. Let's see. The exiled prince can act to promote election. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And put a support behind some moderate person. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But I don't think he should be running the show at any point. Like, it shouldn't be... He could just sort of be a spokesperson representing the people, but not really... in any way, shape, or form an official king or anything like that. You got to just sort of start off that, have elections. Maybe, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Yeah, Reddit's the last place in the world you want to be, Mara. Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. Those people over there, you don't even know what's real on that place. A lot of nut jobs. A lot of them watch my show, too, these nut jobs that just hang out there staring, waiting. What's going to happen today? What's Gray saying? Yeah. Well, I hope I thought you were being sarcastic, Marty. Were you being goofing around? They have elections in China and Russia. But, like, it's like the same people, I mean, does anybody put a 1 if you believe? Let's say, I bet you people in Russia hate Vladimir Putin. I bet you the society hates his guts because of what he's done to that country. Do you think there's any chance he would lose the next election? It wouldn't matter if it was 400 million to 8. He's winning. Okay, you can go to the polls. You can do whatever the hell you want. He's winning the damn thing, okay? Just like in China. Chairman Xi, whatever the hell his name is, he is not going anywhere. He is going to be running the show. It doesn't matter what the, quote, vote is, Okay, how come we're already dead in here, you guys? We need to keep the support up for the channel, so... Who's going to do some more, what do you call them, challenges? This is our donation night that we do once a month at the end of the month. Every night of the month we try to get support for the channel, but this is sort of our big night where we donate the money and we have a push at the beginning of the show to try to make it so we can donate extra. All right, so if you guys have the ability to, that would be great. We just kind of... this isn't what we used to get. I mean, it was just amazing in here. Used to just be people supporting the channel, easily get to 1,000, then we might get to 12, 13, 1,400. We're not even close. Okay, so if you guys have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. We're not even, you know what, right now, you guys? We're less than last night. Just a regular night on the show here. Other than, the coffees and stuff like that. But on the show here, we're less than just like yesterday. Does that seem reasonable to you? It seems ridiculous. I mean, this is our donation night. And I don't know. Maybe there's just a lot of new freaks that don't really care about that angle. They just want to blah, 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 blah. But we go out and make a big difference each month. We've already given 2,000 out. I did 3,000 last, so we're at 5 so far this year, and hoping to do another 3 now. So if you guys can please help support the channel. I noticed that after I've just explained all this, it's been 0. Okay, very frustrating. Yeah. Yeah, at the bottom of the screen where they're on the chat screen that you're looking at, there's a little dollar symbol there. Or you can do coffees, etc. But do you see that right now, even though I just explained it, just who? Who do they hate a lot? Tim? I didn't. Oh wait, you know what? I'm not. I'm on top chat. Maybe I need live chat. I still don't see your previous one. Wow, my RV just got hit by a white Ford truck and drove off after 25 years of travel. Is your car okay, Richard? Ah, boy. Hey, thanks, Lucky Sky. Don't you think, though, on a donation night we should be doing better than just a normal night of the month? I mean, you would think. Hey, thanks, Allie Cake. You know, it's weird. Fox News is doing like just a regular day. They just didn't do the 5 because the 5 is sort of a funny show. Thanks, Lucy. Alley Cat. No, it's Alley Cat, not Alley Cake. Isn't that weird? We have an Alley Cat and an Alley Cake. You know, it's weird too. We used to get back in the day. We get like 20 something PayPals. We've only got 3 of those. We've got 3 coffees, or 3 different people. It's just so strange, you know. I don't know. All right, guys, I have to say it again. Hey, everybody, this is our donation night. We do this on the last day of the month. And we're already an hour in, but we're not even close. So we're going to have to just continue it on and on and on. So if you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. If you don't need to tell us why, etc., etc., etc. We're just trying to get the support for the channel up by the people who actually can and have the ability to. I don't want you missing out on a meal or something, just... Right. I feel like in 30 seconds I'm going to have to repeat the same thing again. I like the 5. I don't know, outnumbered sort of sometimes. I don't know. Yeah. All right, you guys, on this channel, every single month, at the end of the month, we do a donation night. And on that night, the people that watch my channel during the month help support the channel one last time during the month. And then we donate money to various true crime-related charities. If you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. Thank you. All right, everybody. This is the last day of the month. This is the 28th, and we have donation night at the end of each month. If you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. It's the only way to make things happen. And tonight, we're not even at just a normal night that we had during the month. Yeah, exactly. I've already went through my comments. I don't really care about like Abraham and all that stuff like that. I know Isaac. I think Isaac and Ishmael are probably where Sunni and Shia came from. It's kind of dumb. I mean, they have the same father, right? Yeah, as I said before, it's right below in the chat there. There's a dollar symbol. You can help support the channel. I mean, is nobody hearing what I'm saying? I don't get it. Hey, thanks, Cherise Rodriguez and Rebecca. Rebecca Madley Medley. Rebecca Medley SMK. Is that it? What do you think about the reversal of the guilty verdict on the Sierra Lamar case? Why are courts so friendly to perpetrators? I haven't been following Sierra Lamar. I'd have to refresh myself. I don't even know what happened. Man found guilty in 2012 murder case has conviction overturned. Can he be retried again? Why was it overturned though? Hey, thanks, horse teeth, cow teeth. Oh, thanks, Marty, again. Thank God for Marty in here and a few other people. It's, we'd be just world of hurt. We're still less than last night, if you can believe that, on our donation night. German dialect for good morning. Yeah, I think if we can get another 250 or so, we'll reach the goal. All right, you guys. So let's see if we can do that. That means we need 45 more channel memberships. I mean, 50. 50 channel memberships all together with all the freaks out there. Is it possible? Grady, ever follow overseas cases? Yeah, we've done it overseas. Yeah, many times. Hey, look we got another one from Wild Bill Wassman. So we just need 5 gifted channel memberships, and then he'll match all 5 of those. All right, and that doesn't mean you have to do 5 by yourself. That means that 5 individuals do 1. But of course, if you want to do 5, that'd be great. But if you do 1, then he'll match those. Let's see. Ah, jeez. Here comes Tim Harris, the world traveler, man. He even knows German. Hey, thanks, Phyllis Watson. There's 1. We need 4 more of those. And that'll get us to a fifth of getting 50. I'm living under a rock, but I just learned Ann Kepner's stepbrother was... Oh, yeah, we talked about that a week ago. Or maybe not a week ago, like 3 or 4 days, whenever that happened. Hey, thanks, Allie Cake. There's 2. We need 3 more. Yeah, there's Mary Lou.
Hey, Grace, you stole my name.
I know. I guess that's the real Mary Lou.
What do you mean, Gray? You say nothing about the real Guthrie.
Yeah, I am saying that. How's it working? Am I
Yeah, I am saying that, Gray, you bastard.
That's pretty good, right? It's pretty good, man. I could be a ventriloquist. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right. Thanks, Mary Lou. And thanks for all the trolls for watching to get my numbers up a little bit. Thank you very much. Sitting there on your little Reddit community. Ooh, hello, Gray. What's he? Yeah. All right, so who's going to do the other 2? We need 2 more gifted memberships. And then we're still going to need 40 after that to reach the goal where I'll donate 5,000 for the month. But, 3,000 tonight since we've already done 2,000 this month already. Why is it so hard just to get like the 2 gifted memberships on donation night to reach, it's just, it's wild. So we need 2 more gifted memberships to reach the Wild Bill Wassman goal. All right. Pretty. That's like buying 2 Snickers bars. We need 2 more. But 5 would be good. Because then we can eat into the... That would only give us... we'd only need 37 more to get to the 1,000, where then I would donate 3,000. Because the 1,000's only 700 more in here. And we've already done it. That would be 4,000... I don't know. 300 already, and then that. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Lisa? He hasn't commented. Tim hasn't commented in here. I'm looking up there. His last one was all in German and shit. Like, what does that have to do with... Hello. All right, guys. Wild Bill Wassman has a challenge up there. We need 2 more gifted channel memberships. Oh, to you. Okay. Yeah, Russell and Shirley Dermond, right? I've talked about that many times, even recently, like 5, 10, Yeah, you know that case, Lisa. Russell and Shirley Dermond. Yeah, I know. She just explained it. All right, guys. We need 2 more gifted channel memberships to reach Wild Bill Wassman's challenge. Jesus, you guys, this is man. You know, it's become the last 3 or 4 months is stressful doing donation night. It used to be really fun and just kind of like, yeah, hey, here we go. And now it's stressful because it's just such a high burden, you know, and very demoralizing because it's just nowhere near, you know, there's just very few people now that are like, oh, let's do it. Come on, here we go, you know. Thanks, Sharice Rodriguez. We need one more. It's literally like the most stressful night of the month for me. How sad is that? Jesus. It's just... Hey, Tim, can we quit doing the German stuff, please? All right? We speak English in here, all right? Let's not do the German shit. I'm going to start removing your comments. All right? I'm going to remove that one right now, and if you want to speak English, that'd be great. Yeah, I know I'm doing good work, but it's not working, you know? It's been a last, you know, week has just been really tough every night, you know? One day I did 6 hours of shows and just sort of had a regular average day, you know. Let's see. There we go. Hey, look at that. I think those are the 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thanks. Moon Shadow. Yeah, that's why. You ever looked in the mirror, Splash Star? You're a ridiculous person. You're an embarrassment to mankind. You're one of the dipshits that came in here and got a free membership from somebody. You're an embarrassment. All right? Because I'm a horrible, disgusting person, she typed in. Do you guys really think that at all? Who the hell types that in? What is it that I am a horrible, disgusting person? Let's see. My channel's donated $285,000 in 6 years. I cover true crime ethically and with facts, logic, reason, common sense. I call out the bullshit out there, and somehow you type that in. You're a joke. Get the hell out of here. Jesus. Let's see. Right. Yeah, I mean, this is we're speaking English in here. So, I mean, if you're having a conversation, it'd be nice if other people can read it. You know what I mean? I wasn't saying you, Sherry. I was talking about this other person up here. They typed it in. I'm a disgusting, horrible person. Jesus. My God. That's reserved for people like Candace Owens. Hey, you must be a fan of hers. Yeah. Or, I'm a disgusting, horrible person because I think Iran leadership should have been taken out. I think they already were hidden. Yeah, so... Hey, Splash Star, just letting you know, I bet you're commenting and typing stuff in, but just realize that not a soul can see your comments. All right? Not a soul. You've been actually blocked like 19 times for some reason. Why are you guys all like 9 of, you know, like 8 of you keep blocking her account? You only have to do it once, you know? Yeah. So while you're typing in, nobody can see a damn thing. You're the only one that can see your comments, all right? And unfortunately, the person who made that comment should just look in the mirror because they're the one that stole a gifted membership from somebody else. Right. Yeah. You can Akbar that right up his butt, man. He's a freaking suck. Man, that leader he's one of the worst people there ever was. He's the one that they're the ones that funded a lot of the terrorism around the world. Oh, maybe she thought she was hiding and then unhit accidentally. That's okay. No, that wasn't the one. It was... Oh. It was Splash Star. Yeah, but the comment that Splash Star said isn't recoverable. It's not a, it's not one that you recover from. There isn't a second chance on those kind, you know? Breaking news, Dr. Phil reveals what likely happened to Nancy Guthrie. Ooh, let's go watch it. No. Anyways, I'm going to go use the restroom, you guys. But if you guys could keep helping support the channel. We're not even close, so we need another like 36 gifted channel memberships. Hey, what's going on? There must be a challenge of some sort. Wild Bill Wassman. No, that wasn't one. Where is it? Always close together. We can do it. I don't know. I don't see a challenge up there. What is it? Oh, I will. Oh, Phyllis said I will match every gifted membership before Greg. Oh. I guess I should have stayed out longer if I could have seen it. That's too bad. Anyways, thanks. I should have stayed out for another 5 minutes. Yeah. Darn it. So is it just one? Because I came back so fast? I don't even know. Wait, where is it? It was... Oh. So it was just one, huh? Jeez, that's terrible. I guess all those people put it in there before I came back in. I should have stayed out there. Oh, you're matching each one as they come in, I guess. Oh, I see. So there was only 1, 2... It was you multiple times. Oh, yeah? Have a 2-fingered red breast? Maybe I should have it. Okay, I'm going to go get one. All right. Hey, pretend I'm back at the bathroom again. All right. There you go. Hey, thanks Phyllis up there, and then also Tracy Von Brott. So how far did we get out of the, I think there was 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 24, 25, or 23. So just 23 more. There it is. Right there. Ooh. All right. Yeah, there was no music that time. Thank you for watching Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube, where we cover true crime using reason, logic, and common sense. Thank you for watching. All right. All right, so that's what the goal is, you guys. If we get 23 more channel memberships, then I'll donate 5 myself, and then we're going to go do our... Well, look at that. So now we just need 18 more because Nikki 6 put that in there. All right? So we just need 18 more of those, and then I'll donate 5, and then we'll donate $3,000 more. I'll probably send like... I'll probably just put 500 in our scholarship fund. And then maybe we'll send 1,000 to Wounded Warriors, and then 1,500 to our DNA fund for identifying Jane and John Does. How about that? I think that's a good way to do it. All right, Jim, you got a challenge for us, Jim? We got how many did I say we need? More 18 more. Okay, 17. All right. Ding, diddly, ding, ding, ding. Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is like every night of the week, like tomorrow's the first night of the next month, so we need support on that night too, but it's not, this is our main night, Hey, look at Jim Lawn's going to do one, a 5 for 5er. Thanks, Jim Lawn. So there you go. If you guys just do 5 individuals, he'll donate 5 all by himself, and then we'll only have 7 to go after that. What do you think of that? Pretty cool, pretty cool. Will we ever find out what happened to Nancy? Nancy who? Oh, Nancy Guthrie. Okay, I thought you were talking about Pelosi. What does Khomeini have to do with that at all? Let's see. All right, so we got Wild Bill Wassman, Nikki 6. You just reordered yourself? Are you out right now? That's cool. I already had a 10 for 2 challenge. Yeah, you did that. When did you do your challenge? Where's your challenge? That was already met though, right? Bad Juju? 10 for 2. What does that mean? I already had a 10 for 2. Oh, well, there you go. Hey, well, thanks, Bad Juju. So there you go. I think we should almost be there if, because that was, so what was that? We had 15, and then that makes it there, and then those 5, so that's almost exactly the number, right? Wow, thanks, Bad Juju. Very cool. Oh, so if just 2 people did it, you do 10? Wow. That's amazing. And then that meets Wild Bill Wassman, or who was that? You did it, right? You were the one that did the... Oh, man. It just... Oh, there it was. Who did that one? No, it was Jim did that. Jim Lawn did a 5 for 5. Wild Bill already did one. He also helps out on the individual ones. Your 5. Well, no, we're still waiting for the one from Jim Lawn, and then I'll donate my 5 also. So it's going to be Yeah, it'll be over. Well, it's not really over. I just came up with a number to get us somewhere near. We're not, like normal months. We do another extra more than like 400 more than where we're at, but it's not normal anymore. Or did he already do it up there? I can't see it. I don't know. I think he's the one that did the 5 for 5, right? What do you mean the fun music I used to play? It's right here. I've had the same music in the background forever. Hey, wow. Thanks. Looks like Marty. All right. Yeah, we're just waiting for Jim Lons in there. I'm not sure when you say your fun music. Which one? This one? I don't know what you're referring to. This one? There's that one. There's... Oh, you mean that one. No, it doesn't say Okinawa, Lisa. You know it doesn't say that. Look, hey, let's just pause that right now. So here's this somewhat reserved guy, Marty, and he says, no, wait, not Marty. I was thinking of, in this case, Raven. Jeez, I can never remember your other name. He says, "Oh my word." Yeah. Marty would probably say the same thing, to be honest. So where's Jim Lon? He's not doing that? Not sure if he disappeared. That's all right. Maybe tomorrow, huh? All right, there we go. Where's the hockey theme? 36 months. 3 years, Sandy Shirley. Man, that's a long time. Hey, Jim, you didn't do your matching. Jeez, Jim. They met your challenge and everything. Oh, yeah, we do have the Hey Yama in there somewhere. Let me play every single sound effect that I have. All right? You want to hear them, every one of them? All right, here we go. We have this one.
I'm fired out of it, not 10 down.
This one.
That's just one step above stupid.
This one.
Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains?
Oh, this one.
This guy may be like the dumbest person on the face of the earth. Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
And this one.
Did you hear what I said? There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp. 5 brain cells, 4 aren't working. Stupid is being nice. You're an absolute moron.
Huh? It's a house!
Evil can never be dead enough. And some of you make shit up.
Hey, it's Jim Lawn. Thanks, Jim Lawn. Here. Wait. Bum, 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 bum. And this one. Now they add a little extra sound at the end. I'm not sure what that is. Watch. Okay. And then...
Chewbacca?
Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, okay. We'll make one of the ones that... how about our scholarship fund there? Marcy, that'd be cool. Just when you thought the case was over, discussions began to happen regarding what was in Nancy Guthrie's killer's pocket when he was at the door. Yeah?
They're coming to take me away!
To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and birds and flowers and chirping birds and basket weavers sit and twiddle their thumbs and toes, and they're coming to take me away. Ho ho hee hee ha ha. Come on, you guys remember that song, right? All right. There's that one, and then...
Okay, bye.
And...
Bitch, please.
And then...
Dude. Oh my god. Awkward.
I don't use those ones very much.
Drama.
I should, though. Yeah, and then... That's the Halloween one. Played that at your wedding? Coming to take me away, that one? Coming to take me away! Oh, oh. I guess I have that one in there twice. I like that one. That's a good lightning bolt. Thank you, Saturn, dreaming of Mercury. Okay, here we go.
Don't ask dumbass questions.
I need to play some of these more, like that one.
Don't ask dumbass questions.
All right.
Are you angry at me?
That was La Violette in the Jodi Arias case when she was literally a witness for the defense and said that to the prosecutor.
Are you angry at me?
And then, you know, for the people that do the spirit boxes. Ah! Alright, we got that one. And then here's the next one.
And Grits for Brains here shoots him. Did you hear what I said?
Grits for pussy. That's one of the best ones, even. Look at it.
And Grits for Brains here shoots him. Did you hear what I said?
Breaking up is hard to do.
Hey, did you play that at your wedding too?
Breaking up is hard to do.
Bring around the rosary, a pocket full of pussy.
And here, this one's kind of creepy. And this one. They're eating food.
That would fall under the category of something bad.
That was also in the Jodi Arias case.
That would fall under the category of something bad.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Oh, God. Hey, if you ever get bored, go to YouTube and type in "and boom goes the dynamite" and watch that poor young sports reporter have likely should have been a career ender, but it apparently he was able to keep doing it.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah. That was from Red, Gray, Blue. That's right. This is PIR, Portland International Raceway, with the biggest thing since the Pinewood Drag. We have Rod Laver, a retired astronaut with his hydroelectric car. It's guaranteed to rip up the road right in front of your face. We also have Jim Hansen with his Beaver Mobile, the only car that can knock down trees at 200 miles an hour. Trials from 6 and 7 be there. All right, here's see this one right here. Oh yes, you too can join the crazy YouTube channels and pretend that every conspiracy theory is right up your alley. All right, here we go. Oh wait, we had that one then. There we go. I think of the Pink Panther when I hear this one. Star Wars. Power down. And then.
In New Orleans, they call the rising sun.
Shut up, Mary Lou.
Correct.
There we go.
I'm not a big fan of his brain.
I'm not a big fan of... That's one of the best lines he's ever said. Listen to that.
I'm not a big fan of his brain.
You, my brown girl.
1.21 gigawatts.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
We're all Richard Allen.
That guy was crazy.
You pieces of shit got to the jury, didn't you?
Same person said the same, both of those.
You are a curious being.
Bye. See you around.
Stupid Gilligan, little buddy. Skipper! You piece of shit got to the jury, didn't you? Alright, those are all the sound effects that I've got on this little... I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but it looks like this. Stream Deck. It's got every different buttons that you press and different screens too, so you can keep moving. There's a whole bunch of... You know, you could have 100 of them. 5 brain cells? Why? Alley Cake, why do you want that one?
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working. 5 brain cells, 4 aren't working. 5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
Did you hear what I said?
Come on, man. What's wrong with you? I can do them all, man. I can do them all. No, I've never covered the Lindbergh baby. I think that was covered quite a few times years ago. There's no connection to the Guthrie case. Has Gray ever covered that Lindbergh baby case? that keeps getting mentioned in connection with the Guthrie case? You mean another famous person that was kidnapped? No. Yeah, well, don't bother. It's just a baby. You know, I've never covered that one on this channel. I mean, it's years. I don't know if they ever found the baby or not, but it's just, you know, very famous case of an abducted child. All right. So, anyways, there you go. All right. Any last minute stragglers? Oh, they find him in the woods. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I've never, you know, I know of the case. We never covered it here. It doesn't seem that interesting. Oh yeah, we talked about that like a week ago. The Kanika Jenkins case. That's probably like that. The girl up above that said, "You're disgusting," and you know, they probably believe that I have something to do with the, you know, disposition of various cases out there. That's how crazy these people are. I don't know. I have to go to use the restroom. I don't know if it's because of having a drink. It's more the idea of having one was like, yeah, screw this. You know, we're not, this is a tough night. You know? But who knows, man? Maybe there's something in that stuff. No, mine's silver color, Bengal cat. Oh, I do have a kind of mildly interesting story about. So it was yesterday. I went to Safeway and I was waiting. This car pulled in front of me, so I kind of pulled over and took a hard turn. But doing that, I jumped off of a curb that was like a foot and a half tall, and it went like the car. I was like, shit! So I pull over, and it knocked off. You know, below the door, there's like this little. On your door, there's a plastic panel on the door, and it sort of was half broken off. And then I looked at it, and then it sort of fell off, and then I just kind of put the piece in the car, and it didn't look like there was any damage to the actual metal. So I was kind of like, oh, shit. So then I called the dealership, and worst service in the world, man. Nobody answers the phone, like 3 different places, too, of the same Subaru. I even called the one that I bought it at. And then finally I just got I went to the parts department to get a hold of a human, and they said, yeah, just come right in. Just come right in, we'll take a look at it. But they already told me it'd be $175 for the plastic part. So I drove down there and went in there, and then I saw this line of about 15 cars in the parts line. So then I parked up in the service area, and I walked down to there, and I said, hey, I just called a minute ago, and it looks like you've got like 3 hours worth of cars here. And I said, but I just drove 25 miles to get here. I just need somebody to take a look and see what I need to order. And so the guy walked over, got somebody to me, and he goes, yeah, let's go take a look. So then we walked up to where my car was in the service department area, and he took a look at it, and he goes, yeah, those things seem to come off a little bit. So I handed him the panel that I had, and then he went over in this little bucket of nuts and bolts or whatever the hell it was. He found 4 or 5 of these little parts that you have to slide in that clip onto the car, because mine were broken or missing. So he put them on there. Then he put the panel on and hit it with his fist in 5 different places, and bam! It was right back on the car again. Didn't charge me a damn thing. And I got out of there. That was amazing. I mean, literally, I was home. It was like 50 minutes driving 20 miles from leaving the house to home. It was that fast. After, you have to be there in person, but it was like, it's pretty crazy. See, I deal with the same kind of crap that everybody does. Hey, it's Jim Lawn with Mexican Tony is watching Fox News. Oh, yeah? All right. Right, ready? Let's do it. Let's go, you guys. So which one? Wounded Warriors. Does that sound good? Yeah. Want to do Wounded Warriors? Two of the other ones I have to use my bank account, so I have to go off screen. One of them we save about $200 or so. So here's this one right here. Wounded Warriors, all right? And we're going to do... See, look how they default it to... See, that causes them problems. All right, one-time gift. And then... There we go. 1,000. Hey, boom chakalaka from the freaks. Hey, who's been in the military? Have you been in the military, Marty? All right. Who in here has been in the military? Yeah, I wasn't either. Not now. Well, no, but before. Were you in there before, Marty? Nah? I'm not sure what happens if I click on that. Hold on a second. How about we'll just say the Marines? All right, how about that? Oh, National Guard? Okay, so that doesn't work for you. I'll just say the Armed Forces. Okay? It says just tribute name. We'll just say Armed Forces. There's nobody to mail it to. Oh. Why does it keeps bouncing me back? Please review all the fields below that are marked with, and there's nothing marked with that. Yeah, that's the worst, when there's nothing marked with that. There's no asterisk by anything. Shit. Let me just do, I'm gonna have to do, I'll just try a credit card. Hold on a second. Where did I put that? Oh, that's right. Or more like a debit card. I'm not sure. It's weird. It like just kept. I'm not sure why it's doing the. There's no star or anything. Well, there's no button. God, this is driving me crazy. Where the hell is it? The button. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to try it again. If it's not, maybe we can do a different one like Tunnel to Towers or something. I don't know what's going on with this. How stupid of them. You make it really like... Yeah, there's nowhere to like just hit a button that says, you know, like enter, or, you know, at the very end when you hit a button, it says by clicking donate, you will be processed a donation receipt. But there's no donate button. That's the problem. There isn't one, you know, the button that you literally, I mean, do I go way up here again or? I don't know. Maybe we'll try. Let me get rid of the in honor of somebody. Maybe that was causing a problem. Oh. Hold on. Maybe this is it. Ah, there we go. Man, I guess you have to put your email or your phone number in there. It's pretty crazy. All right, there we go. There's the screen. Thank you, Gray, for supporting Wounded Warrior. We have successfully processed your gift of 1,000. I don't care if my, yeah, but right there, 2/28/2026 at 10:59. All right, so there's the proof, everybody. You don't have to, oh, Gray, how do we know? How do we know? Hey, everybody, here's what I did. I made a fake web page to make it look like I donated. That's weird. It's weird that I could do that. Ooh. Did you hear what Gray said, you guys? He said he created a fake web page. He really does do. Oh, good. Okay, here we go. Look at right here. Boom. Here's my email at the bottom here. It's coming. And there it is. The reason I hide the rest is people literally contact other people that show up on there. And let's see. There it is right there, right? You paid 1,000 to Wounded Warrior February 28th, 2026. All right? That's it. It's a real thing, you guys. They even showed up there. All right. So now we're going to do the one with bold.org. That's our scholarship area. What scholarship, Gray? Well, we have a scholarship fund for students in the criminal justice world who want to do forensics or anything like that, become a police officer. And we give out $6,000, which it seems like it's a little bit less than annually. It's like, whenever we get the next 6, we go out for the next term, right? And then Lisa Valenzuela and Zozo, they would look at the video submissions and pick the winners. They picked some really good ones this last time. So that was cool. All right, anyways, here's bold.org. And this is our scholarship fund right here. I think, is it this one? Yeah, so we've done 22,500 so far, just in like 2 years, really. And so there you go. Who was the one in there before who said that they would donate to the Fallen Freak Scholarship Fund on their own? All right, I'll put that right in here. That would be a good one. All right, so how about if you want to do 200 that you said, I'll put the link right here. And there you go. Hey, thanks, Annie. But here's the thing. I don't want you to ever send money in if you can't afford it. Like if you're, on an income where it's too hard to help, do it, then just be here, hit the like button, share, etc. All right, so I can't remember who that was up above that they said that they would send 200 into one of our charities. So there you go right there. That's send it to this one, bold.org fund Fallen Freaks. Yeah, it's I just don't want you to feel like you have to do anything. That's a big help there, Annie. It's 23 more than a lot of the trolls that watch the channel because they don't do it now. They get free memberships, in fact. All right. Yeah, that's right. All right, so we're going to donate 500 here, and that means we'll be at 5,000, and maybe the next month or so we'll hit the 6 again and start up on a new round. All right, so let me hit that. I think I have to go through my bank, so hold on. ACH. Did they send it? Yeah, I got something on my phone I gotta put in. Come on. There it is. Good work. I think it's going to work. Thank you for your donation. All right. So it says, thank you for your donation right there. And here's our previous ones. They show up right here. Graves, like that. So we've just sent in 500. And it doesn't show the amount on there. I think they send me an email, though. Hold on. Let me go look. Gosh, Gray, how do we know you sent in the 500? Because it didn't say it on the screen, you bastard. Ooh. Let's see. Well, you might have to. I'm gonna have to show you on the show in a couple days. I'll show you the same screen. But all I can say is I did send it. They sent me an email that did say thank you for signing up, but it's more for the direct. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, now I can prove it to you. Hold on. I think. Well, there's this one right here. They just sent. Thank you for your generous donation to Fallen Freak Scholarship Fund. Your gift is currently being processed. ACH donations will typically take up to 5 days. So it doesn't have the amount on there, but rest assured, I sent in 500. You'll see it. Well, you can just go out to YouTube and type in Wounded Warriors, right, Laura? I mean, it's pretty easy just to go out to the internet and type it in, right? Now we just sent in 1,000 to him. Did you miss that, or? Yeah. Yeah. Anybody is welcome to send money into whatever charities you want to send money to charities to. We're just on my channel. I try to make an income where I can survive as a channel, but then I also try to, using ad revenue, the super chats, the channel membership gifting, and all that stuff, bring in enough money where we can donate thousands of dollars on behalf of the channel as well, and that's what we do, you know? So I look one on Google. What does that mean, Marcy? Hey, what made you think that was a troll? What happened to him? That was me. I didn't know what scholarship, so I took one on Google. What? What stupid. What does that even mean? So you didn't do anything in relation to what we were doing here. Then just do it on your own. You don't need to type it in. Yeah, I think what they were saying, I took one on Google. Just, I don't even know what that means. Like, went to Google and just picked a charity and sent money in, but it had nothing to do with what we were doing. Oh, 11 days? Yeah, that's a troll then. Yeah. See that? Lisa Valenzuela. She looked it up. All right. So now we're going to... Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do 500 to another place, and then I'll send 1,000 to our DNA fund, not 1,500. So what is 500? What's another place you want to send 500 to? That's got to be somewhat related to true crime, you know, like Wounded Warriors is sort of on, you know, kind of on the fringe there, you know. Oh, she was unhidden? Oh. Yeah, just leave her hidden, Timothy. What do you guys think? Or should we just do all 1,500 to our DNA fund? Yeah, we do knick-knack all the time. Yeah, hey, Gray, tell me the charity, and then they just don't even wait for 5 minutes for us to do it, and they just go random. I mean, come on. Nobody does that kind of shit. That's somebody trolling. They didn't really want it. They didn't support anything related to anything, and, you know. I'll just do the all to the DNA fund. So this time I have to go to my bank, and I have them down as, you know, when you pay bills online, I use ACH, because one year, I always explain this because people will go, how can we prove and how do we prove? Because they take 6% is what the intermediate people would charge, and we were giving, you know, we've given 115 or so thousand. Well, 6% of that is enough to solve a case. I mean, so we got rid of the middleman, and we just send the money directly as a check, basically, to Intermountain Forensics, who then It's for the use by Identifiers International. Yeah, I don't have auto pay. I just have like a different, like Northwest Natural Gas or, the City of Portland. And then I have one of them is Intermountain Forensics right there. And then I pay them $1,500. There we go. And then I put the message, I say, for use by Identifinders International and Dr. Colleen Fitzpatrick. All right, and then they don't get it till like around the 9th. So then next time they send me our updated spreadsheet, it's on there, but that's just the way it works. Well, we've given Nick Mac, I don't know, 1,000 this month, I think, already. All right, next. And then scheduled payment. There we go. So there it is. All it says is scheduled payment $1,500, but then when they send me the spreadsheet, it's on there. Okay, it doesn't send me something to my email or anything like that. But there we go. Another $1,500 for identifying Jane and John Does. So there you have it. All right. So let's now fix our totals then, right? We got to go to this one. And then here, 285,000. We're going to change that to 288,112. Pretty sweet. Then down here for this year, which is good. I'm glad we were able to do that. It is 8,000. So now we're on a good pace, because if we keep this pace up, we'll be at 48,000 for the year. So there you go. There you go. Look at that. Boom shakalaka. All right, you guys. A $5,000 a month. Not too bad. And thanks. I want to say, special thanks to, some people like, Wild Bill Wassman, Marty, Chris O'Connell, Lisa Belson. I haven't seen her as much this month, but, there's so many of you too. It kind of sucks to even start mentioning names or whatever, because then it's like there's so many. Lisa Valenzuela's always helping out with the coffees and challenges, and Jim Lawn was helping out quite a bit this month, and everybody. But what's cool about it is not one person did I don't think did close anywhere near 5,000, but I think there's people that have done, over 1,000 and help for sure this month, at least that. So it's kind of cool, just the bulk effect of doing the shows over and over and over. We are able to make a big difference. You know what I'm saying? So, $5,000 given away in a month is $5,000 more than JLR gave away, and he probably made $30,000 this month. Yeah, so you can look at it like that. There's so many true crime YouTubers, and of course he doesn't have to ask, because he's got 50,000 people watching a live stream staring at a cactus. Good stuff though. Wouldn't that be nice? So anyways, thank you guys. Thank you very much for the month there. Very cool. If you guys want to hear about that one That cold case that was solved that we covered it 3 times apparently. At least I created 2 folders in 2020, 2021, and then one in 2024. Yeah, I think you'll find it interesting. That's the one that Raven sent in. But it was crazy because I actually had a folder that was like halfway up this, and then I had to move it down below. So I'm just going to go back in time. Watch this. We'll just kind of do it kind of quickly, you know. But look at this. This is 1988, December 28th. Business normal after shooting. The West South Boulevard McDonald's restaurant went back to serving its customers Tuesday, shortly after. This is in Alabama. Let's see. Shortly after Montgomery police wounded a 24-year-old Georgia man outside the business, police said Robert Froberg of Albany, Georgia, is a suspect in the robbery of a woman at a West Montgomery motel on Tuesday. The suspect apparently was involved in a standoff with 2 officers outside the McDonald's at 935 West South Boulevard at 2 p.m. When the suspect refused to put down a semi-automatic gun, he was shot twice in the leg by one of the officers, said Captain Wyatt. The suspect was listed in satisfactory condition this morning. The suspect also is wanted for the theft of personal property and public indecency in Dougherty County, Georgia, according to the Dougherty County Sheriff's Department. The Georgia warrant were issued December 11th and 12th. The suspect eluded police for 2 hours Tuesday after he allegedly forced a California woman into her room at gunpoint as she was leaving the Montgomery Lodge Best Western. He took an undetermined amount of cash from the woman, but she was not harmed. I mean, so this guy, you know, he committed that crime, and then is also referred to it again in a shorter, you know, robbery suspect faces second charge. An additional charge has been filed against the robbery suspect shot by police Monday afternoon at the local McDonald's. Robert Froberg, 24, of Albany, Georgia, has been charged with illegal possession of a pistol. Anyone who has been convicted of a felony is forbidden to possess a handgun. So I guess he'd already received the felony before, so he shouldn't have had a handgun. And so then on April 4th, 1996, that was 88. He's in, hold on, gotta grab this over here. He's in prison already for that, I guess, you know, the armed robbery. And then it says, an escapee from St. County Correctional Facility work crew who took a car from an Irondale woman's home Wednesday was still at large today. Prison spokeswoman Lisa Gay identified the man as Robert Froberg, 31, formerly of Montgomery County, who was serving, this is also, I think, this is Birmingham, Alabama. The other one was Alabama. But isn't it, let's just follow along here. Yeah, this is crazy. All right, and then so Irondale Police Detective C.L. Cunningham said Froberg was a member of a crew picking up paper and roadside trash along the Interstate 459 about noon Wednesday when he walked or ran off. Ms. Gay said an armed guard overseeing the work crew did not fire at Froberg because of passing car on the highway. Froberg went to a nearby house on Overton Road and took a woman's gray 1986 Oldsmobile station wagon. After tying her up in her home, Cunningham said, he said the woman was not harmed. And then about 6 weeks later, an escaped convict from an Alabama prison is in Northumberland County Prison awaiting extradition after being apprehended Monday in Mount Carmel. Robert Scott Froberg, 31, was serving a 40-year sentence for robbery at St. Clair State Prison near Birmingham, Alabama, when he escaped in April. Police captured Froberg Monday after they received a report that he attempted to lure a 7-year-old boy into a wooded area. Now, that's crazy, right? So that is so off of what he'd been doing. So he only got caught because he tried to lure a 7-year-old boy into a wooded area. You see that? That's Looney Tune stuff there. All right, then we go to July of the same year. And now they're looking, it says, a 7-year-old girl playing at her apartment complex in Bowling Green, same age and everything, was abducted by an unidentified man Wednesday, setting off an intensive search, the FBI said. Authorities asked for the public's help in locating Morgan Jade Violi, who was abducted in the parking lot at Colony Apartments. Kentucky State Police and Bowling Green Police participated in the search. We're keeping our fingers crossed and praying that she's recovered. Witnesses gave police 2 different descriptions of the suspect who approached Morgan and a playmate at about 12:35 p.m. The man first tried to grab the playmate, a girl, about Morgan's age. I mean, there's so many things here, this case. It's just such bad luck for the victim here. Morgan. It's crazy. Like, in that case, it could have been the other girl. There's so many different variables that you just kind of go, wow. The suspect then grabbed Morgan and threw her into a burgundy or dark red Chevrolet van, believed to be a late 1970 or early 1980s model, and took off, Cole said. The vehicle might have Kentucky tags and gold trim. All right, so that was 26. There's another one on the 26th. The mother of a 7-year-old girl abducted from her suburban apartment complex set up an anxious vigil by her telephone yesterday, fighting despair for news of her daughter. Police said a young playmate and an adult saw Morgan Jade Violi, a girl with brown hair and hazel eyes, pulled inside a full-size Chevrolet van Wednesday by a man who first tried to grab Morgan's companion. I just hope I get her back, said the girl's mother, Stacy Violi. What a shitty feeling that would be, too, because if you were the mother, you're like, man, I wish he had abducted the other girl. Her voice trembling, Violi glanced repeatedly over her shoulder yesterday for local news. Let's see, the abduction came just hours after Violi was awarded custody of Morgan. See, that would make you think, oh my God, it was the dad or something. Isn't that crazy? She just got awarded custody and her 2 sisters in a divorce from Glenn Violi during a hearing in Warren District Court. So that, based on all of our experience, you would immediately think that the husband did this, right? Wouldn't you? That she just got awarded custody and by God, he's paying back the mother, right? I wouldn't, Gray. I really wouldn't. I don't make assumptions like that, you bastard. The abduction came just hours after Violi was awarded custody of Morgan and her 2 sisters in a divorce from Glenn Violi during a hearing in Warren District Court. Glenn Violi, who was at work when Morgan was abducted. I bet we even talked about that when we covered it. You know, I guarantee you that was a theory. Authorities did not identify him as a suspect, but police said no one was being ruled out. Stacy Violi said she was certain he was not involved. So even the wife, you know, the ex-wife, I guess, who got custody, didn't even think he had anything to do with it. Down here it says, court records show the Violis originally filed for divorce in 1993, then agreed to dismiss the case nearly 1 year later. She filed for divorce again March 12th, and both sought custody of the 3 children. Violi is Morgan's biological father. Stacey Violi said the 2 had worked out details of the children's custody. Glenn Violi was to get custody every other weekend. Okay, so there's probably, you know, I'm not sure how the child support angle worked in that one. All right, so then just the next day in the paper, So there's a sketch right there. That's Morgan. Tense community keeps up search for its missing girl. 7-year-old Morgan Jade Violi, abducted Wednesday in front of her suburban Bowling Green apartment, is still missing. Although authorities would not comment on whether family members are possibly suspects. Where was I? The girl's father, Glenn Violi, said he has taken 2 FBI lie detector tests. Yeah, I mean, he was like a perfect candidate for this. It's crazy. All right, so you had that. And then on July 29th, this is more. It says friends and family members of Morgan Violi, a 7-year-old Bowling Green girl who was abducted from Colony apartment, walked a candlelight vigil. Father tells police police man in van pointed weapon, then drove off. The father of a girl abducted last week outside the Bowling Green apartment building told police someone pulled a handgun on him Sunday. Oh, they probably thought he did it. Glenn Violi of Bowling Green, the father of abducted 7-year-old, said he was talking with friends outside his apartment when a man in a blue van pulled up. Violi yelled at the driver to stop and then asked the driver if he was with the FBI, according to police. The driver pulled a gun out and pointed at Violi. He told police, then drove off after the driver told Violi he didn't have time to mess with him. All right, then on August 22nd, look at this. Fugitive returns is caught. So he escaped again. Remember how he escaped a minute ago, you guys? Northumberland County prisoner escapee Robert Froberg may not have liked jail, but he did like this area. So much so, he returned to the county on Wednesday to settle down despite being a wanted man. But Northumberland County Sheriff Charles Burkowski had other plans. Acting on a tip from an informant, Burkowski and Deputy Sheriff Robert Delbo nabbed the fugitive at about 4 p.m. Wednesday in Mount Carmel Township. We pulled him right out of the car, Burkowski said, after he and Delbo transported Froberg to the county prison following his arraignment. It was the second time Froberg was captured in the Mount Carmel area this year, so he escaped twice. Okay, Froberg, 31, was first captured in Mount Carmel earlier this year after living there for a few months following his escape from an Alabama prison. He was being held in the county lockup while awaiting extradition to Alabama when he escaped from the county jail in mid-July. So he escaped in mid-July, and Morgan went missing in July 26th or so. And remember how this guy here earlier tried to abduct a 7-year-old boy. We use proper procedures, said Delbo. Right, and then let me go to the next day, because it's just more clear in this one, I think. Fugitive found, arrested after month on the lam. Prisoner Robert S. Froberg, 31, was tracked down Wednesday in Mount Carmel and jailed again. County officials said that Froberg escaped on July 16th, went unreported. So when he left, he escaped on the 16th, and he wasn't even reported as missing for 12 days. So on the 28th, it says 16, when unreported for at least 12 hours, which is a ton of time, as guards filed erroneous bed check numbers. They're like, yeah, not like Shawshank Redemption where you have to step out. After the inmates were locked down for the night, thanks, Wild Bill Wassman, and you too, if you're out there, if you want to help support the channel, that'd be great. After the inmates were locked down for the night, guards failed to adhere by the flesh showing at all times policy and merely recorded Froberg's presence in his cell, although a bed check was arranged to block the guard's view of his cell cot, said Allen. Wow. The guards continued to mark the inmate present throughout the night, We're not sure what time he actually climbed up to the roof, but he was gone at least 12 hours before anyone knew he was missing. Froberg was picked up without incident and returned. This guy, a regular Ted Bundy here. Robert Froberg was captured Wednesday in Mount Carmel by Sheriff Charles Burkowski. I think this could make an incredible, movie or something. It's so shitty. Froberg originally had been caught May 21st trying to lure a young... See, he escaped. Remember how he escaped? And then he was caught on May 21st trying to lure a youngster into the woods at Mount Carmel, where the fugitive had gone to visit a friend. While awaiting extradition, Froberger escaped again, this time scaling the walls of the county prison here by climbing rain spouting to the roof and then shimmying down a cable to freedom. It's just, it's crazy. So, you know what? When he escaped, in between the time he escaped and the time he was just arrested on the second one, he killed Morgan Violi. All right? But nobody knew that. It's crazy. And so then, let's see. Escapee waives extradition. And this is October. Body maybe now. So now we're in October of the same year. So just so these stories are in the same newspapers and stuff, right? Although I don't know, maybe not, because these are different states, you know. So body may be missing 7-year-old Morgan Violi. A body thought to be 7-year-old Morgan Violi of Bowling Green has been found in a field near Springfield, Tennessee. Morgan disappeared July 24th while outside with a playmate. The FBI said the remains were found about noon Sunday by a private citizen in Robertson County, about 15 miles south of Kentucky-Tennessee border. There are a number of indicators that lead us to think that this may be Morgan. David Cole, FBI special agent in charge for Kentucky, said. However, we are not ready at this time to say this is definitely her. All right, so we got that one, and then 11:14, child's body identified as that is Morgan Violi. Warren Elementary School principal Bill Franklin thought his school was prepared for the worst, but the school was grief-stricken yesterday when the announcement was made that remains found in White House, Tennessee, were in fact those of 7-year-old Morgan Jade Violi, who disappeared July 24th. So remember, that guy escaped on July 16th, and then he was arrested in August. So in between that time, he actually killed her. Isn't that ridiculous? We had some kids that were pretty upset. Anyways, we don't need to read the rest of this. Let me go to the next article. I'm just kind of quickly going through these because it's not, you don't need to hear all of it. And then look, that's the sketch right there that they had. Violi's father still a suspect. Yeah, because in their minds, they haven't caught anybody, right? Like, that guy's just in prison and they found her body. The burgundy van that whisked 7-year-old Viola away to her death in July was found at a Franklin, Tennessee truck stop 2 days after her disappearance. Deflecting criticism that it has been sitting on information, the FBI yesterday revealed that forensic evidence in the van was linked to Morgan's kidnapping. Officials said they made a deliberate decision to wait for complete test results before acknowledging that they found the van within 48 hours of the child's abduction. So they literally found the van that was used just right away. I can't get into specifics, said Special Agent Cole. The child's mother, Stacy Violi, and her family declined through the FBI to speak to the media yesterday. All right, so that was March 20th, 1997. And then we're moving all the way to July 24th, 2006. Killer's trail staying cold. Today marks the 10th anniversary of the abduction and eventual slaying of 7-year-old Morgan Jade Violi. Morgan's family is still seeking answers to who may have killed the girl and what happened to her in her last few hours. Her family is hoping that now that 10 years have passed, the person or persons responsible feel guilty and will confess to their role in the crime. Having someone come forward would give the family a lot of closure, although there's no such thing. Then, June 19th, 2022. I mean, here's another story. See that? That's her right there. A real cute little kid just wiped out by this nut job. Morgan, who was 7 years old in 1996, was very flamboyant, a very spirited child who loved to dance, said one of her sisters, Nikki Britt. Britt was 10 that year, and the oldest sister, Heather Coleman, was 11. Morgan was the youngest, so she liked to be the center of attention, Britt said. She was the baby of the family. Morgan liked to draw and do cartwheels in the grass. She did a gymnastics routine for the school talent show. But her vibrant spiritual spirit was best captured by her ever-present smile. On July 23, 1996, a maroon 1978 Chevy van was stolen from a home near Dayton, Ohio. A routine incident that drew little notice. The van was soon headed southwest towards Kentucky. I don't remember reading any of this stuff back then, but these were in my folder. Now, what a huge, long article. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but the next day was a Wednesday. It was hot. Does that continue? That doesn't seem like that. Let me go back to A1. Oh, so it's way down there too. Let's see. See Morgan F5. Okay. A5. Yeah. You guys finding this interesting at all? There, this one. Okay, so that is it. The next day was Wednesday. It was hot in Bowling Green with temperatures near 90. The Violi sisters were on summer break from Warren Elementary School and living with their mother at what was then known as Colony Apartments in Bowling Green off Shiva Lane. The girls were in and out of the apartment that morning playing with various friends. Morgan was technically not supposed to be outside, but the lure of friends and sunshine was strong, and her two older sisters were nearby. As they played, a van came through the apartment complex parking lot, driven by a young man around 12:30 p.m. No one seemed to give it much thought. We actually passed the guy in the van and waved at him, and he waved back, Britt recalled. But a short time later, as the older sisters were at the friend's house, some people came frantically saying Morgan was taken. There were some conflicting stories on exactly what happened. The friend Morgan was playing with, the time was only 5. But what soon became clear was that Morgan was pulled into the van, and it, along with Morgan, were gone. Law enforcement vehicles soon filled the apartment complex's parking lot, and police throughout the region were notified to be on the lookout for the van. Stacy and Glenn Violi were going through a divorce at the time, and as neighbors reported, and police swarmed the apartment complex. Glenn Violi also arrived and yelled out to no one in particular, "Why didn't someone try to stop him?" Bill Waltrip, later chief of the Bowling Green Police Department at the time, was in charge of criminal investigation for the BG Bowling Green Police Department. He was returning from Louisville when he heard heavy police radio traffic regarding a missing child. There wasn't much to go on initially, and that's frustrating. Then there's candlelight vigil, etc. So there's still no. This is 2022, you guys. That article. And then this is just one that I had that was like, FBI offers $25,000 reward. That was it. And then now we've got this. Boom shakalaka. All right, so I fixed the audio on this sucker. And he gives a really detailed account. I don't know if we need to listen to all the questions and everything, but...
Good morning. Thank you for being here on such short notice. Today, we announce a significant development in a case that has haunted my hometown of Bowling Green, Kentucky for 30 years. On July 24th, 1996, 7-year-old Morgan Violi was abducted while she was playing with her sisters and friends at the Colony Apartments off Scottsville Road here in Bowling Green. Witnesses saw a white van a burgundy Chevrolet van driven by a white male abduct Morgan. That van was found south of Nashville 2 days later, abandoned. Unfortunately, Morgan's body was found 3 months after her abduction in White House, Tennessee. Morgan's kidnapping and murder changed her family's life forever.
Yeah.
Morgan's family's been left with unanswered questions. Who, how,
suspicions,
why?
All that shit.
They've longed for those answers. They've longed for closure. All the while, they've missed key milestones in a life taken far too soon. Morgan's family never gave up on her, nor did this community give up on Morgan. But this community was also changed by Morgan's abduction 30 years ago. We remember when she was abducted. We remember the outpouring of support, but we also remember the fear. We remember that we were concerned about our kids in the driveway, innocently riding a bike or playing basketball. We feared that our kids might be next. I'm proud to tell you that yesterday we filed a complaint in the United States District Court for the Western District of Kentucky, charging Robert Scott Froberg with kidnapping resulting in death.
Think of, they actually fired 4 of the correction officers that second time he escaped. But think of how shitty those people feel like. Because of your incompetence, he escaped and then he killed this girl during that time. You know? Man, I just, there's so many things. He could have grabbed a different, I mean, what difference would it make if he grabbed a different girl? It just means she'd be alive and the other one dead, and we'd be talking about that case. But I'm just saying, from the family's perspective, they're like, man, why didn't they grab? I don't know if they ever thought it would have to cross your mind, that he grabbed the other girl first, and then somehow that didn't happen, and then he grabbed your girl. It's kind of an irrational thought, but it just is what it would be. And then, but that never should have even happened, because this guy, he was arrested after escaping from prison. After he got a 40-year sentence for robbery. That one case that we talked about where he used a gun and forced a woman to, I can't remember exactly what he made her do, but for money. And he got a 40-year sentence. And then he's out on a work crew and he escapes. And then while he's being extradited, he escapes again. And during that escape time frame, he kills Morgan after he abducted he was trying to abduct that boy when he was 7 years old, and then he ends up abducting Morgan at 7. Those guards probably feel absolutely terrible.
In violation of federal law. As with any complaint, at this stage, these are only allegations. Froberg is presumed innocent unless and until he's proven guilty in a court of law.
No, he did.
It is a detailed complaint that describes the investigation that led us to this moment today. Please allow me to summarize that investigation and that complaint.
So here we go.
Eyewitnesses at the Colony Apartment recalled seeing Morgan abducted by a white man in his 20s with brown hair, thin in weight, tanned, and wearing blue jeans and a white t-shirt. Eyewitnesses also recalled that the white male was driving a burgundy Chevrolet van. On July 26, 1996, law enforcement located a maroon Chevrolet van abandoned at a truck stop just south of I-65 in Williamson County, Tennessee. After running the license plate, law enforcement identified that van as having been stolen in Dayton, Ohio, just days before. Law enforcement collected forensic evidence from that van, which was key to both tying Morgan to the van and ultimately Froberg to the van. Morgan's body was found on October 20th, 1996, 3 months after her kidnapping, in the woods in White House, Tennessee. A fiber found in Morgan's hair was tested by the FBI forensic laboratory shortly thereafter to determine its origin. The lab determined that the fiber was consistent with the seat cushion in the abandoned van. Still, the suspect remained unidentified for many, many years. With recent advancements in forensic testing of DNA evidence, the FBI sent a strand of hair recovered from the van back to the lab for testing. The FBI found that a DNA profile extracted from the hair was associated with Robert Scott Froberg.
That's crazy. So a van,
as the complaint alleges, investigators
had a hair in the van led back to Froberg.
Determined that in 1996, the year Morgan was abducted, Froberg was serving a lengthy term of imprisonment in the Alabama Department of Corrections. On April 3rd, 1996, Froberg escaped from the Alabama prison system. Froberg traveled north, ultimately making it to Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania. On May 20th, 1996, in Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania, Froberg was reported to have been in a children's treehouse making contact with a 7-year-old boy. That 7-year-old boy ran home, told his parents, who called the police, who encountered Froberg, and he fled. Froberg was arrested, and he was jailed in the Northumberland County Jail in Pennsylvania. Froberg escaped from that jail on July 16th, 1996.
Yeah.
7 days later, on July 23rd, the maroon van later linked to Morgan's abduction was stolen in Dayton, Ohio. That van was stolen less than a half a mile from where Froberg's parents resided in Dayton. As the complaint alleges, with this information and other, the team of detectives beside me traveled to Montgomery, Alabama earlier this week to interview Froberg. After being advised of his Miranda warnings, or his Miranda rights rather, Froberg admitted that he escaped the Alabama prison, that he traveled north, encountered the young boy in the treehouse, was apprehended, and escaped yet again. Froberg admitted that he traveled south through Bowling Green, Kentucky, to Huntsville, Alabama, where he intended to hide at the residence of a male nurse he met while in the Alabama prison system. Froberg admitted that he pulled off I-65 in Bowling Green to find drugs. He turned into the Colony Apartments just off of Scottsville Road, where he spotted Morgan. Froberg admitted to abducting Morgan and throwing her in the back of the van. Froberg admitted that with Morgan in the back of the van, he traveled south until he pulled off the interstate in White House, Tennessee. All the while, Morgan fought. She screamed. She resisted. Morgan was a fighter.
That's probably the mom right there. Just brutal.
Froberg admitted that in White House, he parked the van in a wooded area. He climbed in the back. He covered Morgan's hands with his mouth. Froberg admitted that he ultimately caused Morgan's death in that van. Froberg admitted to leaving Morgan's body in the woods, traveling south where he stayed with the nurse in Huntsville for approximately a week before traveling back north to Pennsylvania, where he was ultimately arrested on August 21st, 1996, for fleeing the Alabama prison system. Based on these alleged facts, Robert Scott Froberg is charged with violating 18 U.S. Code Section 1201, which is a federal statute for kidnapping resulting in death. That statute prescribes one of two penalties, either life in prison or the death penalty.
I give him the death penalty. Hey, look at the sketch, man. That's pretty good. I mean, that is a really good sketch. You know, it's got the, you know, the ears aren't really great, but I mean, that's what he looked like more like back then. But that's a pretty decent likeness, kind of a thin Skeletor-looking face. Eyebrows aren't great, but, you know, overall, it's not bad. I think this one and this one look really similar, and just like different time, he doesn't look quite the same. But that's where, when he was in that newspaper article that we were showing.
For years, the community has feared that Morgan's abductor lives silently among us. We feared that one of our kids might be next. I hope that this announcement today can give some level of comfort to this community, my hometown.
He was in prison that whole time.
That Froberg has been in the custody of the Alabama Department of Corrections.
But it just sucks so much that it was when he escaped the second time in a 2-month period that he kills Morgan. Right? So while he's been in prison all the other time, because he had a 40-year sentence, I mean, what a horrendous thing to happen. Just in that little time frame where he gets out, he killed her.
Since 1996, where he currently is today. And while the criminal process for Froberg on these charges is only just beginning, I hope this significant development brings some degree of closure for Morgan's mom, her dad, and her 2 older sisters. They've waited far too long for answers. Yesterday evening, we were able to give them those answers and to begin their process of closure. As we move forward in court, I would ask this Bowling Green community to continue to surround Morgan's family in love and in prayer. I know there's questions about what's next, but before I describe that, it is my privilege to acknowledge the men and women that worked tirelessly over the past 30 years to get us to this point. Within minutes of Morgan's abduction, FBI Special Agent Dick Glenn and Bowling Green Police Department David Bragg began an investigation. They each carried that investigation until their retirement.
There's no closure.
Despite their retirements, the FBI and Bowling Green Police Department refused to give up on Morgan. They each assigned their very best investigators to continue.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Now it's just sort of the, you know, maybe we can go to the end where I think they answered a couple questions or something.
Tips. No tip is too small. No tip goes ignored.
Hey,
they are all investigated.
Linda
And that
Cosma.
tip,
How's it going?
no matter how seemingly small, may be the one that ultimately leads to a successful prosecution of the next case. With that, I'd like to take a few questions, and I'm sure that there will be some questions about some details. Please understand that we're at the charging phase, which restricts what additional details I might be able to give about the investigation. Those will have to come out in court. Thus far, please go ahead.
Okay, what was the exact connection that led you to question Froberg and essentially
his hair?
He admitted.
Sure. It started with the DNA hair, the DNA on the hair
obvious?
that we extracted from the van that ultimately was associated with.
I think that's kind of weird though too. That it. Well, I guess the 7-year-old was in a whole different state. The boy that he tried to. So it was just sort of a one-off situation where, man, that's brutal.
Froberg investigate, and then this is in the complaint. Investigators then looked into who Froberg was and whether he was in fact in Alabama DOC's custody during the relevant time frame. Through that investigation, law enforcement ultimately determined that it was Froberg who should be interviewed about Morgan's abduction. Yes, ma'am.
What happened that led to the hair, or why now versus 2 years ago or 10 years ago?
Fantastic question. It's the progress in DNA forensic testing, the progress that the FBI lab has made allowed us to get to this point today.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He admitted it after.
I probably better not speak to that.
They must have done FGG or.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, they probably just did took the hair and then compared it to CODIS. They probably didn't have to do IgG or anything.
He was able to escape from jail twice. Do we have any indication of how he was able to?
Wait, hold on. I think. Hey, let me. I don't know how to do this, but I'm gonna. Notorious's Nance comment got removed for no reason. I think it was an accident, but I'll put it right here, and then I'll say what I'll put up here. What Notorious Nance said. Hold on. So that's what she said. See that? There you go. So that's what Notorious Nance said to Alley Cake. How do you guys do that? Accidentally delete comments.
Do that?
We do.
I know. I'm sure it was an
because
accident.
I've not set that
I don't know.
out in the complaint. I can't speak to that just yet.
Death penalty?
It's premature.
Oh, maybe
it's a possibility. But at this point, we're going to bring him into federal custody. We're going to send discovery and begin the litigation process, and we'll see ultimately where it ends up.
Possibility that he wasn't alone.
We do not allege that in our complaint.
You don't have to remove those kind of comments, though. That's just some doofus goofing
Since
around,
being redetained in late '96, he's been there since that time.
I mean, I think we should do it where in here, even if people have the dumbest thoughts, we just let them stay, okay? But if they can, if after a while they continue to, it seems like they're trolling, then go ahead and remove the comment. But I don't care that much if somebody just says some ludicrous thing. Just let it stay there, and then I can at least comment about it. You know, like, oh yeah, no, I don't agree, blah 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 blah. You know, I think that's a better way to do it. That way you don't have, but if they disparage, you know, like any moderators or the channel or me or whatever, then just immediately remove the comment. How's that sound? That way it's a little easier. Yeah.
Was he on your radar as a suspect before the DNA match?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. What did he say? No?
There since that time.
Was he on your radar as a suspect before the DNA match? Or?
No.
Wow. So he wasn't on any radar at all. I bet you they always thought it was the husband. Because that's the perfect suspect for it.
Any other questions about this? Maybe take one more.
Why did it take so long for the DNA test to be made?
Again, with the advancements in DNA forensic technology, once we had those available, we submitted a hair to the lab where we ultimately received this association with Froberg. This has been a tireless effort by law enforcement for 30 years, following up on every lead that we had available.
You know what's funny is I found all those correlating articles before I even found this press conference. I didn't use the press conference to find he escaped twice and all that. I just got his name and started looking it up around the time frame, and then it came up with all these different stories. And then when I heard it in here, I was like, oh, that's the same thing.
To us, and this was one of many, many, many leads that this team of agents and detectives has followed up on over the years. I'll take one more.
The timeline between when you all realized that you could test the hair and you got, like, I guess the DNA back, if you will?
Good question. I have not alleged that in the complaint, so I can't speak to that just yet. Okay. This is a day about Morgan Violi. I'm so proud to be able to make this announcement.
And here's the thing too, like when people make their stupid comments in here, I can still see them because they're hidden, but I can look at it. You guys, if you're not a moderator, you can't see them. But then sometimes I go off on the comment, and then later when people are watching the replay, they can't see the comment. So maybe people would have agreed with what I said had they been able to see it, So that's another reason to maybe... What does happen, though, if you time somebody out, every single comment they've made in the show prior is removed anyways. So these people, when they turn out to be a troll, generally end up being timed out at some point, and then every single comment's removed.
Announcement, but this road has just begun. Now starts the litigation process, which we will do, and we look forward to ultimately securing a conviction against Froberg.
Yeah, Alley Cake's like Lanky Tor, but here all the time.
Thank you all for being here, particularly on such short notice.
I think this would make a good movie, this case. Like, it would be heartbreaking and shitty, but at least at the end it would have justice. So it would make a decent end to the movie. But I think this whole thing, that's what I said earlier, I think this would be absolutely a great movie. The prison escapes, the psycho escaping prison, then he tries to abduct a 7-year-old boy, then he gets captured after that incident again, and then while waiting extradition back to his state, he escaped again, and then he ends up trying to abduct a girl, but then she escaped or something. Then he grabbed the other one, which was Morgan. Then they get in the van, she battles the guy, and then the shitty part of the story, it's hard to... That part of the story would just make it sort of shit story, but he kills her, strangles her to death or whatever, and then... her body, then you have the part where her body's found, and then the family, they were going through a divorce, so a lot of people were thinking it was the husband because she had gotten custody of the kids, so they were going after him for years and years and years, and they could talk about, they could do parts of the story about how everybody's blaming him and how stressful that was, and then years later, a hair was tested, and it led back to this one criminal who... So you can have the stories going side by side. And then he gets put in prison and you sort of forget about him for a while. And then you go back to him later. I think that would be just... it's got all the elements of just a crazy, really interesting true crime story. But, sad at the same time. You're going to use ChatGPT, right? Well, let's see. Lisa and Tim are Army. So many great people are part of this channel. Yeah, well, I think I think the people that watch my show are the smartest people out there. Because they don't want to deal with the crap just like the rest of us, I mean, the smart people. If you're into conspiracies and shit, you're not a smart person.
Thank you.
I love a good conspiracy, Gray. Well, then you're dumb. All right, here we go. We're gonna. Yeah. So, what do you guys think of that? I mean, that was pretty interesting, pretty cool that they, made the arrest. And we can look at that picture one more time. That's the actual person. That's the actual person. This was the sketch they had at the time. Really pretty accurate, Very good. Maybe he tried to grow a mustache after seeing this and grew his hair out. It might have looked... It'd be interesting to see what he looked like in his arrest photo when he got arrested again in August. Oh, well, that's him right here. So right in May, when he escaped, what did he look like then? In that picture. I'm never watching again. I haven't seen fuck. I can't remember now. My brain's just foggy. Bruce Holdaway. Where the hell's he? Seems like Lisa Belson and Bruce Holdaway were buddies. I haven't seen many of them around too much. I'm not sure what happened. All right. So let's see. We got Linda Howe, first super chat in. Gifted a membership by Carol Silva. And that was at 5:56. And then it was 8 minutes later before we got another one from Mary Y. Buggins. Then 1 minute later, Wild Bill Wassman. Then the same minute we had Skippy. Then 2 minutes later we had Alley Cake with a cat eye donation. Then, let's see. 2 minutes after that, Wild Bill Wassman. Same minute we had Sherry C. Same minute, Alley Cake. I think there was a challenge in there. And then Phyllis, 3 minutes after that, donated 10 gifted channel memberships. Then Bad Finger Up, 2 minutes after that. Then Wild Bill Wassman, 5 minutes after that one. Then Alley Cake at the same time frame. Then 2 minutes later, we had Mickey in Texas with gifted 5. Then 1 minute after that, Kathy Friedenmaker. Then a minute after that, we had Charisse Rodriguez. Then a minute after that, Mirav. Then, let's see, 2 minutes after that, Cheryl Bullock. 1 minute after that, Charisse Rodriguez. 1 minute later, Charisse Rodriguez again. Then, 1 minute after that, Michelle H. Then, 5 minutes later, KMTX. Which is, and then did 5, and then Wild Bill Wassman did 5 at the same minute. And then the same minute, Joel Burnt gifted 1. Then a minute later, Rebecca gifted 1. Then Cinnamon Sin Freak, 4 minutes after that. Then Sherry C, 2 minutes later, 8 months. And then Marav, thank you for the 8 months there. And then Marav at a minute later, Super Chat. Then 2 minutes after that, we had Joel Burnt. Then 11 minutes later, there's a big gap there. We had Lucy Sky gifted a membership. And then the same minute, we had Allie Cat. And then 5 minutes later, gifted a membership. Then Rebecca Medley SMK, or I'm not sure how to pronounce that, did a super chat. And a minute later, Horse Teeth, Cow Teeth. And then Phyllis Watson gifted a membership 3 minutes after that. And then Alley Cake, Mary Lou, all in that same minute. Then 5 minutes later, Charisse Rodriguez. The next minute, we had Moon Shadow. Then next minute after that, Wild Bill Wassman. Then we had 7 minutes later, Wild Bill Wassman. Then we had Lisa Valenzuela and Phyllis Watson and Alley Cake and KMTX, all in that same minute. And this is that time where she said she'll match everybody when I'm using the restroom. Then Phyllis Watson gifted 1. Then Whiskey Boots gifted 1. Phyllis Watson gifted 1. Phyllis Watson gifted 5, matching the other people. And Tracy Von Brott at 7:23. Then Nikki at 725, gifted 5. Then Jeffrey Siddall, gifted 1 at 727. Then Wild Bill Wassman at 728. Then Nikki 6, gifted 1 at 728. Bad Juju, gifted 10 at 729. Thanks, Bad Juju. Then we had myself, gifted 5 at 733. Then Sandy Shirley, 36 months. Love you. Then Jim Lawn, gifted 5 at 735. Then Saturn Dreaming of Mercury, 736. Marcy Fiad, 736. Saturn Dreaming of Mercury, 738. Jim Lawn, 750. So that one was a 12-minute gap. And then we had so it was 750. Then Wild Bill Wassman at 827. So that's when I started doing the press conference and going over that case. And you see how it just absolutely gets killed during that time frame. Whenever I do those press conferences, it just... So Jim Lawn was at 750. Then 37 minutes later, Wild Bill Wassman. And then not only that, then another 26 minutes later, we had... Linda Cosma, member for 35 months. But then it was really, 27 minutes later, she gifted a membership. And then after that, we had 14 minutes later, Notorious Nance. And then during that time, we also had Marty's Bar and Grill did 4 big buckets of coffee, and then also Lisa Valenzuela with a bucket of coffee. And then we also had, let's see, Sandy Shirley with a bucket on PayPal. Then Paulette Leonard with the 2/3 of a bucket. And then Mark with PayPal. So there you go. There you go. Hey, look at that. It's Chris O'Connell right at the end on our donation night. How's it going? Very cool. Thank you. Right at the end. You probably get off late, work so late, or whatever it is that you're doing. Have we really even seen Mary Lou? Yeah, where is Mary Lou, huh? Yeah, the gifted memberships are each one sort of the same as like a 5, but it helps the channel out more because it's possible that some of those people might stay around. There's a $1.99 a month option. Hopefully people want to stay around at the $4.99 one, but that's pretty much what it is. That's okay, Chris O'Connell. I mentioned your name anyways earlier. How you were a big part of making the month, getting the goals and stuff. Oh, God. All right. I did have stuff, articles and whatnot on Nancy Guthrie, but I'm too tired now. Took too long to try to, just the effort trying to get us to the goal took up that time. Yeah, very cool. All right, well, that's going to do it, you guys. Very successful month. We were able to donate $5,000. Earlier in the month, I think we did rain and knickknack. I think it added up to 2,000. However, we divvied it up there, and then tonight we did 3,000. We donated 1,500 to our DNA fund, 500 to our scholarship fund, and 1,000 to Wounded Warriors. Can I get a boom? That was pretty good, all right? Pretty good. So thanks, everybody. Boom. So we just, if we can keep doing that, it's hard, though. I mean, you know. If we keep doing that, though, it'd be sweet to have another year when we're back in the 60s again, but that's pretty tough. You'd have to do 5,000 average every single month to get to 60, right? And our record was like 62 or what was it? $62,250. So that's pretty good. That means that's like 5,200 average. We did one month that year at 10. It was so good. It was just a crazy combination of ad revenue and everything. It was wild. Yeah, so very cool, everybody. Thank you for being here. Guess what tomorrow is, though? The first night of the next month. So don't forget, if you want to help support the channel tomorrow, that'd be good, too. We got to get a good start going. That's kind of the key. When you just start racking up bad days, it makes it really hard. So, you know, if we can somehow do well tomorrow, get it moving, that'd be good. If not, I guess it just is what it is. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Marty, for the, you know, red breast. It's pretty good. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you guys later. And as I always say, until next time. And by the way, pray for the troops out there. I think absolutely what we just did in Iran and what we're doing in Iran is absolutely 100% worth doing. Finally, we have a president with the guts and the ability to let people do what they need to do to get the job done. All right? Who gives a shit what the United Nations says? Oh, we condemn with... Screw you, United Nations. You're the same idiots that put people like Syria on the Human Rights Council. You're a joke. All right? Get the hell out of here. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys later. And until next time, be safe out there. No problem, Notorious.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person.
You guys ever seen those A-10 warthogs? Those things are freaking
crime
amazing.
dissector.
A Gatling gun on the nose.
Certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gregor's gonna give another lecture.
Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a protector.
Cool deflector,
interceptor,
and I'm meaner
than a spectre with a vector.
On his spectre, with all respect, y'all. Just remember, I have a temper fucking check ya.
I had no agenda, I'm not a agenda, and I'll serve the biggest river of a blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reverse your offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody?
Hey, you guys ever seen one of those? Those A-10 warthogs? Those things are freaking crazy. Here, let me see if I can find one really quick. Hold on. They only go like 400 miles an hour, but they're basically a tank in the air. Let's see, A-10 warthog. Yeah, look at these things. They're crazy. Look, and that's not it. Jeez, this one right here. What's going on? How come that's... Jesus. I sent an email to Wild Bill. I go, hey, where you been, man? We gotta do the pen thing. All right, this one right here. See how that's what they look like, but listen to what they sound like.
This is what it looks like when the A-10 Thunderbolt II fires its 30mm GAU-8 Avenger rotary cannon at up to 4,200 rounds per minute. This is what it looks like when the A-10 Thunderbolt II fires its 30mm GAU.
Here, let me, Warthog sound. Hey, listen to these things. They're crazy. Do the firing. That's the bullets. I mean, just... Let's see. They can just take out a tank in no time. Just... They're not even fast. They're just... See that? Those things are so amazing, man. They probably got the mobility of an elephant, but who cares, man? They just go... Yeah, they're like the tanks. They just clear the road, man. It's pretty crazy. All right, anyways, thanks, everybody. See you guys later. I think they still use them. Thank you for watching Grey Views Investigates on YouTube, where we cover true crime using logic, reason, and common sense. 3 things that are almost forgotten in the entire true crime community. And guess what we also use? Facts. That's absolutely something long gone in the overall true crime community. Thank you very much for watching. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Correct.